Good morning, for me anyway. Glad you can join me. So, I've made a little bit more progress here. Came to a thing where I was like, I should tell people this. So, that's what I'm gonna do. So, a lot of this, there are just so many different colors in here, and I really like what's going on here because there's like brown hues, there's purple, there's like a green teal, maybe closer to a blue teal going on in here. There's also this where there's more of a Kelly green and a light green and a medium green and a yellow green, and then there's some downright almost yellow in here for some of the highlights. And then in the middle of all this, I put this light purple thing in here. These are like little dried kind of trees, pop-up trees or whatever. I don't know if they'll ever get any life into them or anything, but that's kind of the way it is in Colorado. This kind of a deserty kind of thing. So, and I might not usually do this kind of a thing where I've got so many different colors in here, in so many different, not just in hues, like for instance like this where it's dark green, medium green, and then like an olive green and a yellow, it's all different. It's all that same hue, but I'm adding like more yellow or more white to it or something like that. But I did that with this, and I really like it. I was starting to go in here and paint these, what it looks like is pink, but it's actually more a lavender kind of color. It's this right here. So I just thought that I would just start painting with you watching me and show you how I'm putting in these kind of dead branches. This won't be the only thing I'm doing with these dead branches, by the way. I'll be doing some darkers to get more depth in it too. So I'm being careful of this line because this is like a little hill right here. So I don't want to put too much on the outside of that hill. Grab some more. So I'm just taking a very light lining brush. Some people say that you can use like this kind of a brush where you see how it's like that, and then you can actually use that to line, but this was going to be too big, so I just decided I'm going to use a lining brush. See how small it is. And I'm just gonna make, little tall squiggly lines here and there, just to make it look like those are little branches. There. Put some over here. And these are not going to be quite as defined as the others are. And yeah, I'm getting some thicker ones in there, so oh well. And then I'm gonna go back over here. I think I need to have some more water because this just needs to be a little thinner. Sometimes when you can't make real defined lines like that, it's just because maybe your paint's just too thick. I'll try it again. And if you notice, they kind of start out like, this kind of more strong color, but then they kind of fade away a little bit, and that's probably because of the water. And I'm gonna put them all kind of coming out from each other because that's the way these things are going. Yeah. what's happening here. I like what's happening there too. That's originally why I came on and was going to do some of this with you. And then I don't think I'm going to waste your time by watching me do all this little intricate artwork, but I'm going to stop here in a few minutes and get into some darkers, and let's see how that comes out. Yeah, I'll just stop now and then I'll get into some darker. So I'm gonna just take a little bit of this over here and let's see what I can do. This is brown. Yeah, put a little brown red in there. Just a little darker in there. Instead of just going straight for the black. I'm gonna add a little water to this. Let's see what happens. There might be another color in here too, but trying to decide if I like the brown in there. There's already brown in there. And I'm gonna, you know, just kind of do the same thing I was doing there. Maybe bring it more towards the base. That would probably be a better idea, because the base is going to be a little darker than it would be up on the top. I like it on the base better. Makes it more realistic, because things up on the top are gonna be lighter because the sun is hitting it. Just random places going around here. All right, I think I am gonna go another shade lighter. I'm finding out as I'm going along here, trying to figure out painting and stuff, is that, you know, a lot of colors that you put in, the more colors you put in, unless you're going for that look, you know, the more depth and interest you can get. This is really dark, so this should make it really pop. I could go in with lighter too and do it on some of the tops. Let's see what happens here. I do like that. It does give things more depth. And again, I'm putting this more towards the bottom. And not, you know, quite such long lines, just little like sprigs down on the bottom. There's a lot of people that say I put a great amount of detail in some things that I do. Sometimes I do. Just depends if I'm wanting to make things a little more abstract or not. This is, I usually go somewhere in the middle. Abstract in the middle. And some detail. I haven't really done anything to this patch of green, but I did with the other. Huh. Funny. I always miss something, don't you? Sometimes it's good to just sit with your painting for a while and figure out, hey, I missed this, because I do that. I think everybody does. All right. Let me try just a shade lighter. I don't think I'm going to go too much lighter though, because oops, there's a little bit black in there. That's okay. Oh, I this came out a little bit more gray because that black was in there. Still gonna make it a little lighter yet, because if it comes down to it, if you put with the way it was, that gray against that pinkish mauve color, it was gonna look pretty much the same hue. So, and this is a lighter color, so I'm going to put it on top. Put it over here. So you have to think about where your sun is hitting things. Most of the time it's going to hit it on the top, or in my case, this is where the sun is, somewhere over here. So make those, like for instance, let's see, I've got some yellow over here, which is really reflective of the sun, and maybe some of the darker colors over here, and same over here, see? But it doesn't go just on this side. You have to remember that there's like limbs coming out here, so the tips of them are going to show. So it's kind of just take a really good look at what you're doing, because, or look at nature, and just observe it for a while. And I used to say, paint what you see, and that really is the case with a lot of it. I don't want to go too much here, because I don't want it to end up looking fake. I wanted to try to make it look a more real as I could. Put some over here. Oops. See it? I'm gonna have to put some more water. It's very, very dry here in Colorado, so I have to be careful. We had a ceiling fan on, and I had to turn it off because it just dried out my paint too much. There. Just white not showing up on some of these spots because it's so close to that purple. But you know, I don't think that's a bad thing. I'm liking what it's doing right now. It just gives it some more interest with the more colors that you have on there, and it doesn't, I mean, let's see, when you first look at my picture, what do you see? You know, I just kind of look at a lot of it. Just, I probably go to this tree first, but then I might go to this next, and then the mountains. But then as like a background interest, I probably would go in here, and then probably last over here. It's really important to look at your picture, even put it away for a while, or even, like hang it up, or put it further away from you so that you can look at your image and then think, you know, I'm like looking at this and thinking, you know, some sun is probably hitting this that I'm not capturing here. I'm thinking I need to put some lighter color in here and maybe over here. Not the wood. I'm gonna leave that wood alone, but maybe on the leaves or something I need to put something different, because it just needs to pop more. This is just kind of so much in the background that maybe I just need to make it pop more. So if you look at between this side and this side where I haven't put those little highlights in, much more interest over here. Just looking at it and wondering, wonder what that is, or, you know, you just really have to take a look at it. And if I wouldn't have put this yellow in this tree, it would have looked more flat. Now it looks like there's some that are popping out in front. Just really take a really good look and know that the lighter something is, most likely it's gonna give it more dimension, and it's gonna pop out of your picture a little bit more, and the darkers are going to, you know, you feel that that's down in the tree. the darker in that tree. So, I mean, sometimes it's just the color the way it is, but then again, you know, look at this mountain and or this rock structure, whatever you want to call it. You know, you can definitely feel, if I would have just colored this all the same color, it just would not have popped, and you wouldn't have gotten the idea that it had a lot of different levels to it. So same with the wood. So just think about that when you're painting something. The darks are backwards, the lights are forwards. Sometimes I will use oil paint, a very diluted oil paint, to put something in the background that I feel like isn't supposed to pop out quite as much. And then that's a real huge mixed media with acrylics and oils. Otherwise, I don't use oils too much for painting. I guess I'm a little, I don't know about scared, but just thinking about how long it takes to dry for oils, although I know that you can add some stuff to it so it dries in less than an hour, which is wonderful. Because I have a tendency to be a little more quick about things and want things done, just to have them done or whatever my reasons are. Anyway, I think that's it for right now anyway. As I progress with this, I'll probably do some more videos. I hope you're enjoying these, and please sign up for my channel. Bye.